All right, everybody, welcome back to Schmattz Outdoors. I made a mistake yesterday, and I figured it out after I basically was in the house for the evening. I believe I said on the beginning of yesterday's video that it was check day 5 yesterday. It was actually check day 6, so days kind of blend together when you're having fun, I guess. But that means today's check day 7, so we're halfway through my season here. So yeah, we gotta, not that it changes really anything, one day more, one day less, it doesn't really change much, but just kind of set in a little bit last night that we're already halfway through. Man, it's been a struggle, but we're persevering. Yeah, so just kind of getting going. I'm a little bit behind, maybe. I'm a little bit later than normal. I wouldn't say I'm behind this morning. It'll be a fairly quick run through the line again today, because all I have is the 6 muskrat sets that I can get to without wearing waders. And I'm not pulling the water line or anything like that, so things should go quite a bit quicker through the line today. If I can, wind's supposed to be super light today. If I can get to them, we're gonna try and drop a few extra coyote sets out today. Maybe even a few around our land here would be nice to get out. 6 checks left. Well, actually not even that. It'd be, if I set them today, it'd be 5 checks on them and I'll have to pull them. That's about the limit of me putting them in. If I don't basically get them in today, it ain't hardly worth putting them out, in my opinion. At least today or tomorrow. Tomorrow would be like the very last day I'll probably add any sets, unless I find like some good raccoon trails or something like that as I'm going around. I don't really foresee that happening because I pretty much have that already. Today is going to be, I'm going to try and do a pretty decent maintenance day on the line today. So I don't know if I'll get to like absolutely every set, but we're going to probably rebait and lure coyote traps, at least the ones that I set originally, the first day. Sorry, my truck exhaust is getting me. We're gonna go pop the traps loose, make sure the traps aren't froze to the ground, make sure they're not dug up, deer haven't stepped in them. Like I said, we're gonna just rebait and lure everything. I'm running such a short period of time here. Is it worth the extra bait and lure? I don't know, but we're trying to maximize the amount of catches I can get caught in the short period of time I'm running my line. So with that in mind, I think it's worth it. So we're gonna, like I said, all the ones that I set, so the dozen for sure that I set that first day, we're gonna go to every one of them. Like I said, we're gonna pop them loose, rebait and lure them. The sets I added 2 days ago, we're not gonna mess with any of those unless I could see that they're set off. I may drive out to a couple of them that I set the other day just to make sure deer haven't stepped in them. Our deer season starts, gun season starts in 2 days here, so I don't want to be doing a maintenance day during the gun season. So basically I have like today and tomorrow to do a full maintenance on the whole line. And then I try to kind of stay away from my sets through the weekend here while people are deer hunting. Unless I have catches, obviously, then I'll go take care of them, but I don't want to be driving up to people's woods when they're deer hunting right there. I'll be wearing a blaze orange vest over my jacket, probably blaze orange stocking cap as well, just so people could see me. Obviously wearing a brown Carhartt jacket, walking around in the woods during gun season might not be the smartest thing in the world to do. So yeah, maintenance day on the line today. We'll give you a quick look at the truck here. That tub there is all muskrat gear that we pulled in the last couple days, plus these 4 colony traps. They're all gonna get dumped out of here. We're gonna throw, this is my muskrat tote, we're gonna actually throw that out. If I catch muskrats, I only got 6 sets out, so at the max I'm gonna have 6 muskrats. I'm gonna actually just throw them on the floor inside my truck. Before I move my truck here, we're gonna top off. My peat moss is way down here. We're gonna make sure my peat moss is full, and make sure my urine bottle here I mean, we're down to half. Like I said, we're gonna hit every set today, or at least a good dozen of them. I remade 4 yesterday, 3 that were worked up and 1 that I had that skunk in. So like I said, and those are all fresh ones that I just put out a couple days ago anyway. So I still, like I said, I have a dozen sets to possibly remake. Like I said, what I'm gonna do in my bag here, I keep a little screwdriver, a flat screwdriver, and I use it for scraping the mud off of like the dog of my trap and like just my trap in general, just to get mud and stuff when I make catches. If they're real muddy too, I try to set the trap and then just dry fire it, and it kind of will throw all the dirt and mud off of it hopefully. But I use this to kind of clean the notch in the dog and everything up on coyote traps. But what I'll do is I'll just stick this under where I think the lever is and get underneath the lever on one side and just kind of pry up a little bit. If I can't pry it easily, we'll dig the whole trap out, peat moss underneath the trap, rebed it, and cover it back up again. But yeah, we're just gonna make sure my traps aren't froze down, and then like I said, we'll rebait and lure each set as long as I'm there, and rebait, lure, and a shot of urine. Almost every set I use urine on. If I know that it's a high deer population area, or I have had issues with deer setting them off in the past, then I won't put the urine on there. Supposedly the urine will attract the deer as well as the coyotes and everything else. So I most everyone I have out right now, I think I have urine on. But so yeah, before I even move, we're gonna get my coyote bag up to snuff here. Otherwise, I think that's all I got. And then like I said, we're gonna go around to dog proofs. You know, we did get rain the first day I was setting my dog proofs out, so I'm kind of curious to see if my bait is froze inside my dog proofs. Either way, we're gonna be re-luring them, and then we'll try and squirt a little fresh fish oil around them. It was warm last night, like it was 30 degrees now when I woke up here. So there's a decent chance the coons might have been moving last night. So, and it's supposed to stay a little bit warmer the next couple days, like highs in the 40s, lows like in that low or high 20s. Well, that's should be a recipe for a little bit of coon movement around here. So I want to make sure all my coon sets are actually working the best I can. Like I said, I need to maximize the amount of catches I can make including today's 6 checks. So basically, I want to do a full maintenance day. So the next 5 checks are going to be, try and catch as many animals as I possibly can in those 5 checks. All right, I think I've harped on that long enough. Like I said, we'll get this updated or up. Well, not really updated, but we'll get it freshened up. Everything as full as I can get it. We're gonna stop down by my trapping shed, this red granary down here. We're gonna throw out all this muskrat gear, including like the top of these are all dirty muskrat poles that got mud and stuff on them. The bottom row here is fresh, clean ones that I haven't had out yet this year, and I'll use those to mark any coyote sets. Let's get out on the line. Hopefully, you got some catches for you guys. And like I said, it's gonna be a little bit longer day because I'm doing the maintenance, but it needs to be done. All right, let's get out there. All right, everyone, we're making it through the line here. We're a third of the way probably through the line. I've checked / remade / rebait lured. Let's see, 7 of the 12 original coyote sets, I believe. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, we'll keep going, like I said, and then I'm remaking re-luring my raccoon sets. We're re-spraying fish oil around them because it was raining the day that I actually put that whole line out. And I just kind of thought about it this morning. I should have probably, a day or 2 later, once it started to dry up, I should have probably spread some more fish oil around them, trailing scent to my traps. We're in this abandoned yard. We got the house here, the building's over this way. I got my double box over there. It's got nothing in it, but this set here seems to be the set. Great big skunk coming in here again. Third skunk in this set alone, and I caught one more over there. It's 4, and I got one on the other side of this building over here. It's 5 just in this yard. I've only caught 6 total now, so unfortunately it smells like this guy sprayed again, so he stinks. So I want to make a point. I switched to some 160s rather than like a 220 here, hoping that this wouldn't happen. The idea is that hopefully, I was hoping a little smaller trap, I get a little better catches. Like this looks like it's right over the legs, the front legs, that it would, you know, keep them from spraying, but apparently that's not the case, because I think this is at least the second, or if not all 3 of them in this 160 have sprayed to some extent. The first one wasn't too bad, the last one was pretty bad, and this one smells pretty bad now too, so kind of a bummer. Like I said, I mean, I like to save the essence, or not that I like to, but I save the essence as well, so you know, anything they spray is devalue. One, that makes my pelt smell and all that, and I have to deal with that. Kind of makes me not want to even skin them. This one's got pretty decent stripes on there, a nice white tail on him, so we'll see if I end up doing anything with them or not, but it is kind of a bummer. But yeah, like I said, we're making it through the line. I've had 1 dug up trap. I've had a couple more that have been messed with a little bit. Like the traps are still bedded and all that, still working. Just there had been visits to my sets, just missed them a little, you know, they stepped just over here instead on the pan or whatever, you know, things happen. So, you know, I've all my traps have been not froze down. They've all been working still. So I actually am well, the last 5 that I set that first day, I'll still make sure they're not froze down, but all the new ones, I'm not even going to worry about them being froze down. I'm putting a little dry peat moss under the levers of the trap and under the jaw, the loose jaw. Like I said, everything's been working. If anything, I've been sifting just a little bit of fresh dirt over the top of the set just to kind of blend them in a little bit, because it was fairly muddy that first day, and those traps look like they got kind of a slick right over the top of where my trap is at. So I've been just taking a little bit of that crust off if I need to, and then, like I said, just sifting a little fresh dirt over them. But all right, I'm not getting any less smelly standing here, so we'll get this skunk out of here. I got 2 dog proofs over here and 1 over here. We're gonna get relured and fresh fish oil around them. I don't know, I might have some catches too. And we'll just keep moving on. All right, guys, so we're same yard. I had that skunk caught over here by the front of the house. This is the set I had that little skunk in, caught the first day. We got ourselves another catch. That is a rat with his head caught in my dog proof. This is 1 of 2 places that I trap, you know, that there are rats. Hopefully this is kind of a one-off and I only catch just this one in here. Usually once they seem like they find the traps, you know, it kind of just sprees a whole bunch of them. But we're remaking them all anyway today, but I just thought I'd show you. You know, that's part of what I deal with in these abandoned farmhouses. You know, nobody's got any incentive to keep the rats out of them. I'm by one granary here. There's another granary just next to it. There's just runs all over the place around, diggings, the whole works. They're living underneath that building, I'm pretty sure. But we'll get this guy out of here and the set remade, move on. But like I said, just what you deal with. And man, that skunk was ripe. But can't do nothing about it. Like I said, it just kind of waste of money, waste of my time if they spray. So I don't know, if you guys have ideas on how to keep skunks from spraying in conibears, let me know. All right, guys, well, we got some interesting developments. A couple places down from where I had that skunk caught. Again, we're just remaking coyote or remaking raccoon sets or reluring them, putting some fish oil scent trails to them. But I do have one coyote set on this chunk of land. So the main yard is right over here. I got some dog proofs in there. Normally I catch a raccoon or 2 out of there every year. They actually use that farm, and they say they see them. I just don't typically catch a lot out of there. But what I have is behind this house, it's a whole hillside chain of hills here, and all draws and woods, and none of it's pastured anymore, and it runs for miles each direction. I was coming on the road over here. I was gonna just come out. This is one I set just a couple days ago, but the deer are always here. You know, like right here's deer tracks, there's a deer track. they come out this little gate, and they tend to step in my trap and set it off here. So there is actually no urine on this particular trap. It's just bait and lure. And you guys could see, we got ourselves a catch. But the funny thing is, I was over on this road behind me, and down here in the corner, so the road kind of goes right here and then goes down the hill, like behind this, right through here, it goes down the hill. And there was 2 deer standing right out here. I'm like, oh, that's kind of odd. It's 11 o'clock in the morning right now. So it's kind of odd that the 2 deer standing out in the wide open field there, but they were looking this way. So I'm like, well, God, do I got a catch out there? I didn't even look. I thought, well, I'm going to come check this trap anyway. So I'm like, I don't need to look at it with binoculars. I'm just going to drive out there. Well, here, I get like, there's a sign right over here. And I'm like, oh, it looks like something out there. So I look, and it looked like a coyote standing here. So I'm like, awesome, I got a coyote. And those 2 deer were just staring at this coyote. Well, I don't have a coyote. I don't know, this badger must have been setting up on top of his dirt hole or dirt pile here. We got ourselves a great big badger. He hasn't even hardly moved since I got out here. He's just been kind of laying there like flat to the ground, like I don't see him type of deal. We got ourselves a big badger, big white guy. Nice silvery colored. I thought maybe running a short season this year I wouldn't catch him, or catch any, but I was wrong. So yeah, we got kind of a mess. We got a ridge of dirt, a big pile. Like the worst part is he's got 6-8 inches above where my trap bed was. And then normally my dirt hole would be on this side of my trap. So we're gonna have to try and get some of this dirt and this dirt pushed in to fill this part back in so I can make some kind of backer, because I like my foothold to be, you know, my set basically should be here looking with my dirt hole behind my trap. So but yeah, we got ourselves a nice badger here. At least got something to skin today. That skunk, like I said, he stinks, so I don't know if we'll do anything with him or not. But and then kind of a secondary development here. I don't know if you guys could see, but there's 2 sets of tire tracks here. Well, come to find out, yesterday the landowner come and put a ground blind right here. So apparently Mr. Badger didn't care about the ground blind, but I talked to him. He says, leave it here. If I catch a coyote while they're deer hunting here, they're just going to have to deal with it. But I don't know. I'm half tempted just to pull the set anyway. But he told me flat out, leave it there, because they want the coyotes caught out of here. So I don't know if that's going to help me catch any coyotes with the ground blind sitting right there. But either way, we'll get this badger out of here and keep going down the line. The next sets are... over here, there's where the slough, where I keep catching the muskrats in the trail sets. So that'll be, hopefully we got some muskrats caught today too. But putting a little fur in the truck. Like I said, the line maintenance on the line's going pretty good. I mean, I got most of the raccoon sets remade now. So, and then there's going to be a stretch of all brand new sets here that I just put out the other day that I won't monkey with. 3 of them were worked up yesterday, so I just remade them yesterday. So couldn't be, like I said, a lot less maintenance on the line now. It'll be more just a check and get home probably at a pretty decent time today. But this is going to take me a good minute, because I do not have a shovel with me this year. So it's going to take me a good minute to get this set remade here. A badger. God, I got kind of excited when I thought I had a coyote out here, but a badger. I don't know. Like I said, we'll get this set remade the best I can here. We'll maybe video it when I'm done. I'll kind of show you what I did. Alright guys, so we got that set remade here. So basically, I just tried to level the dirt off the best I can. I found just a few sticks that were amongst the dirt here to kind of throw as a backer. My trap is right here. There's my dirt hole. And I try to blend out all the handprints, footprints, or anything that I put around there to try and minimize any sign that I'm here in this nice fresh dirt. It also kind of makes it so if the coyotes come by or anything, you can see their prints really easily. But I'm not too worried about out here on the tire tracks. Again, with these guys deer hunting in here, they're going to be probably walking along and going right in here. So I can't really do anything about that. They're nice enough to let me trap before deer season and during deer season, so I can't really complain. Second thing on this trap, typically I don't make a lot of canine catches and traps I've caught badgers in, so with that, again, I'm not terribly concerned about catching a coyote right here anyway. So yeah, I just see there's a couple. Just trying to build up my backer just a little bit there. I typically don't try to touch anything with bare hands around any coyote sets. I use latex gloves, but all right, got the badger in the truck here. We're on our way. Maybe hopefully go catch some muskrats, maybe a coyote or two today too would be good. Well, things are definitely looking up here, sort of. We got ourselves a problem here, but we'll figure that out as we go. So this is actually the field that I put some sets out here a couple days ago, and it was worked yesterday, so they worked up my set here. But you see, this guy was laying here, looking from the road over here. I'm not that far from the road. I'm like, God, it just does not look right. But then I'm like, well, they worked my set under, but you could see he got tangled in barbed wire. So there is a fence here. And I tried to make sure that my set was out this way far enough so he couldn't get to the fence. But apparently, I don't know if the barbed wire was broken and then laying close enough so he could get to it, but he looks like he's got it tangled around himself and around my trap. Typically, that's not great for the fur, so we're definitely going to have to do some looking there. Gonna have to get it off of him, the trap, the whole works, and then I'll have to make sure that it's not anywhere behind where if I catch something else here you can get to. But yeah, so what we have is just a fence line. There's actually some bigger, like a wider fence line here, some trees. It goes down and it turns this way. I have a set over here by the grove I haven't checked, and one kind of by that other fence line I haven't checked, but all three were worked up yesterday. So I remade this set yesterday here and got ourselves a dark looking coyote. Get so I can see a little more. He's real tan colored, like this belly and everything don't have no white on it like some of the other ones I've caught. So caught deep in that MB 550 there, the way it looks. Like I said, I don't know how he got into the fence, but he did. Like I said, I have it far enough out, I didn't figure he could get up to it over there. You know, and I can see that he hasn't scratched like up around where that there's kind of an expanded fence right behind him there. So I don't know if the barbed wire was down and laying close enough he could get to it or what, but that's not great. All I got is a pliers to try and cut all that barbed wire. So hopefully I can get, don't look like it's on him too much. It's all around the trap, but that's not ideal. But yeah, we'll get him out of here and keep moving on. I can see that he's got a little white tuft, white in the very tip of his tail there. Oh, now he's gonna move. I don't know. All right, like I said, we'll get him taken care of, get him out of here, and set remade. It's gonna take a minute for this set to get remade too, but I guess if you gotta slow down on the line because you're making too many catches, I guess that's an okay thing. Of course, today is the day that I want to do a few things at home once I get home, but apparently now I got some skinning to do, so. All right, like I said, we'll get him out of there, get the set remade, and off we go. All right, guys, so got that coyote out of that mess, and I've checked a few more coyote sets since then with nothing. We're by this big slough again. I don't know if you guys could really tell, but like there's an island right here. So what you could see is only maybe a tenth of what the actual slough is. It runs most of a half mile down, and then it runs way down to here. There's more water open on each side of the road here today. Like it's open way out here. So that can only mean good things for me trying to catch muskrats here. My 110 pole set right there is still working, but my foothold right here is set off, and I could see an animal down there. And we got ourselves a nice little muskrat. And I mean little. He is small. So yeah, and the two sets on the other side of the road are still working. So kind of funny that I caught the first two on that side of the road, and now I've got the last two on this side of the road. I don't know why, but anyway, we'll get the first two trail sets I checked, muskrat trail sets too. One of them was set off with nothing in it. The other one was still working, so I remade the one, and so 6 muskrat traps, and we got 1 little muskrat today. So we'll add him to the truck and we'll keep on moving. All right, everyone, we made her home. Maintenance day on the line went pretty well. I had 2 coyote traps that were completely dug up, like completely out of the trap beds. I'm kind of wondering if the 40-mile-an-hour winds we had the other night actually didn't uncover a few of my coyote, or a couple of my coyote sets, because I had a couple of coyote sets that there's no tracks in, around them that I could see. Trap not moved at all, but my the dirt above it and like my peat moss completely gone. So literally my trap was just sitting there exposed. One of them had the pan cover still on, the other one had no pan cover either, but I'm either using a paper towel or a muffin wrapper, so if the wind caught one of those, it's going to rip it right out of there. So I'm kind of wondering, like I said, if I had a couple sets that the wind didn't uncover my traps too. So there's some sign around, that they've been around some of my sets too, so kind of gives me a little bit of hope here that things will keep kind of going as they've been going here. We didn't add no sets today yet is the key there. I may still, we're going to get probably these guys skinned up first. I do have a couple projects around the yard here I want to get done because it is turned out to be a pretty beautiful day. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's got to be like 40 degrees out here, and there's almost no wind, so it's like the best day I've had the entire time I've been running my line here. So yeah, we talked a little bit about just I'm running out of time. I'm down to 5 days, 5 checks. So like I said, if I'm going to add coyote sets, it's probably today or maybe tomorrow at the very latest. After that, like I said, I don't know if it's really going to be worth it for 2 or 3 checks. If I find the right spot, that changed things. But right now, I don't foresee that happening. Nothing's really changed. The crops are still on. There's still lots of fields that aren't worked. But yeah, there's that. So we'll go over the catch here a little bit, and we'll get moved on with my days. So, all right, we got, I did set the skunk right over here in this bag by their carcasses from yesterday. He stinks, he smells, so I didn't really want him right here where I'm going to be working. This is the coyote caught in the fence type of situation there. I just think the fence must have been like laying behind where he was at there, because I couldn't see that he broke the fence or anything like that. I think it just happened to be close enough and he got to it and got tangled up in it. I don't see anywhere where it like took fur out of him. He's got like some burrs in there. Get out of the shower. There's some actual cockleburr in there. He's probably got some burdock in there, but only just a few right up on the neck here. This is the 6th coyote for the season. First female. All the rest have been males. So I kind of figured that when I got there, because she kind of tucked her tail and kind of sat down and just kind of sat there. The males typically don't tuck their tail like that unless they're like a real young pup. But yeah, so a fairly nice coyote. Like I said, quite a bit tanner than some of the other ones. Like, even on the belly, it's real tan. There ain't a lot of white there. But this coyote was probably 10 miles from the closest coyote that I've caught. Maybe not that far. 4 or 5 miles, 5 miles probably. So, obviously completely different packs than, any of the other ones that I've caught. And that's just the way it goes. I did mention it while I was there. You can kind of see the white tuft of hair. I've had a fair amount of these in the last few years that are starting to get a little bit of white in the tips of their tails. So I don't know what's causing that, but I catch a few. This is the first one this year that's had that. And then we got this fat guy. He is just fat, like just chunky, but a big badger. Big old claws on that monster. I know some guys don't catch them, and I don't care to catch them. Took me quite a bit of time to get that set remade, get the dirt all leveled back off. Again, they put that deer hunting hut right next to that set, so probably ain't going to be catching any coyotes there. Maybe raccoons, skunks, badgers, canines will probably avoid that area now that hut's there, at least for the first couple days here. Obviously this guy maybe didn't care or didn't even know the hut was there. But yeah, he's pretty well furred, honestly, for this time of year. Like, you know, he's got some pretty good puff to him. You know, the flanks obviously for up first, but even on the back, he's got some pretty good fluff to him. So this guy here, we're going to get him skinned. We're going to actually wash him, and we're going to hang him in my basement, try and dry him off the best I can before I freeze him tonight. Coyote will just get skinned and froze. We're not doing any fur work other than muskrats. Where'd my muskrat go? Oh, I forgot about this guy. Almost forgot about the biggest trophy of the day right there. Another muskrat that's 45 for the season for me now. He is not big. He's pretty small. Probably going to stretch a small or maybe a medium if I'm lucky. But he's not very big. But a muskrat's a muskrat. So yeah, 4 species today. Kind of a mixed bag, a little everything. I did go through the whole raccoon line. My sets were all working decent. The bait wasn't frozen any of the raccoon, the dog proofs. So surprised me a little bit with the moisture around when I was putting them all out there. So I thought maybe like the dog food would have swelled up and like froze in there, but they all looked like they were working okay. So a couple balls were knocked off again overnight last night. So animals are going by them, whether it's raccoons or deer, who knows, cats, it could be anything doing it. So knocking the balls off, we'll keep putting the balls back on. But like I said, I spread fish oil around all of them, trailing scent sprayed trailing scents to the sets. So hopefully that will make a little bit of difference here in the next few days. Supposed to stay a little bit warmer here, like 40s for highs, high 20s for lows, basically for the next till I'll be done trapping essentially. So hopefully we can pick up a few more raccoons in that time period. Hopefully, a few more coyotes. I'd love to end up with, a dozen coyotes and a dozen checks here, but I don't know if I'm going to make that, catching one, just catching one a day. Obviously I missed one day, so I only got 6 caught and 7 checks now. So otherwise, yeah, I don't really know too much else. Like I said, we're going to get these guys taken care of right away. We're going to do a couple of small things around the yard here, and then if I have a little time, we're going to go try and drop a few more coyote sets, either right around our farm or I got one spot that's only like a 1.5 miles away from here. I could put a couple sets over there, so we'll see what I get to here. All right. I think that's all I got for today, guys. I just appreciate you guys riding around with me again this season. We'll see you out on the line tomorrow.